Welcome to my review of Arlo from the Good Dinosaur. And I don't know about you, but I'm excited! Pixar is finally giving us a good old-fashioned coming-of-age story. And Pixar protagonists are typically adults. We don't see them tackle kids in coming-of-age stories all that often. And when they do, it's... Nemo, no! Sorry, it's not gonna be that. This time will be different. I mean, clearly, from the trailer, he's hitting his head and drowning and being attacked and falling off cliffs. And my god, it's Nemo. Well, okay. Taking bets. How many times do you think they're gonna try and kill him off? Anybody? 5? 6.5. Alright, winner gets an actual prop. Wait, no, 4! Too late. Shit! So, the setting. This film takes place in an alternate universe to our own, in which meteors have terrible aim, trees have the integrity of soggy chips, and Gumby's ancestors have evolved to develop and manage agricultural farmland. Though not enough to do it very well, say by using tools, or even more logical appendages than... He just plowed a field with his face. His face! He couldn't think of anything else that might work better. Like, your tail, a rock, a stick. But enough about face-plowing idiots, let's focus instead on their offspring, Arlo.
Alright, this is gonna be a big one.
Scratch that, we need to talk about that egg. First off, the film has established that this is a Western type of film, which means that these people count on their offspring for survival, for the success of their farm. They are literally birthing their own labor force. So if Arlo's egg is symbolic of his parents' expectations of him, that's somewhat undermined by the fact that he's preceded by 2 siblings, one of whom already fits the strong, capable, farm-working son role in the family. Also, his parents, contrary to the typical and/or expected behavior of not only the Western genre, but of a family barely surviving from year to year on their own, they are completely fine with their tiny little quivering ball of eyeballs that is their son. So basically the conflict goes like this. They thought Arlo would be big, but then he was small, they were fine with it, the end. Why did I show up? So what exactly is the point of this scene? That Arlo is terrified of...
Can't I do something else, Mama?
Chickens. And air? Wait, no, how? What? Since when? We already knew he was scared from the first scene. You didn't have to tell us again. Oh, he's still scared. Thanks for the update. Show us why he's scared. Not just that he's scared. What the hell is the point of this? He's born scared. That's what you're going with. That's like the most basic thing in character building. Hey guys, I got a new character sheet. I have a barbarian now, and his main trait is that he's like really prejudiced against fairies. Okay, why is he prejudiced against fairies? He was just born that way. He also has a... Guys?
Can't I do something else, Mama?
Get going.
I mean, do you want to actually motivate him? Give him a different task. Seriously, there's nothing more motivating than a sense of failure, thinking that your shortcomings are actually a risk for your family's survival.
No, it's not that easy. You've got to earn your mark by doing something bigger than yourself. And I can't wait to see it.
That works too, I guess. This really rubs me the wrong way. It takes the real-world stakes of the survival of the farm and turns it into just seeking Daddy's approval.
Did you just put your mark higher than mine?
What? No. It's just the angle you're looking at it.
His very subjective approval. You're telling this kid, don't do this because it's important. Do this because it will please me. Because of course, feeding the chickens is not the issue here. Just like Marlon's overparenting is not the issue, it's only a symptom of something much deeper. And not only are we not addressing it, again, or taking it seriously, but isn't it hilarious? Arlo's vague and completely unexplored phobia is the basis of your entire film, and you're using it as a gag.
He'll figure it out. Be just fine.
I hate you.
He'll get there.
Yes, poor Arlo's parents. This must be so hard for them, dealing with a terrified child and a completely hands-off approach as he's assaulted daily by mobs of poultry. So, now that we've asked Arlo to compete with his bigger, stronger siblings who do not have phobias of anything, I can't imagine how any of this could possibly go wrong.
Alright, you cluckers, you're about to get fed. Buck, what happened? I'll go get help.
You're such a coward.
Wow, imagine. Yeah, somehow, his siblings now believe they have some kind of foundation for belittling and bullying their brother. I can't imagine where they'd get that idea.
You've got to earn your mark.
Because why would Buck care? He's got his mark. He supposedly did something for something bigger than himself just by doing his daily chores that needed to be done anyway. He hasn't actually overcome anything, but your shitty mark system has convinced him that he has.
I ain't a coward. I'm gonna make my mark.
You just need a little more time.
Forget it.
Yeah, no shit he's discouraged. He's completely lost sight of why he was feeding the chickens in the first place, which was... I don't know, eggs? Feathers?
You don't have to like them, Arlo. You just have to feed them.
Why is Arlo doing this? Why would dinosaurs even need chickens? But alright, his parents' reward system didn't work. Arlo's hit a low point. He doesn't know what he wants anymore. What does he do about it?
I didn't want that dumb mark anyway.
Fantastic.
I got an idea.
No, you've done enough. Also, Arlo left. Why is it whenever we have a character with a problem, we look to the characters without a problem for the answer? But fine, yes, how is Arlo's dad gonna fix this? I know somewhere Arlo is off moping, feeling sorry for himself, potentially building up feelings that could lead him to an action we might be interested in, but no! How does Arlo's dad deal with this? Please tell us!
Breathe. Sometimes you gotta get through your fear to see the beauty on the other side.
What? What? Your son's afraid of chickens, so you brought him to see some fireflies. What are you hoping to accomplish with this? Or once you get over your fear of feeding the chickens, you'll realize how beautiful it is? It's not. I mean, your family and your farm is kind of a life or death situation. There's nothing beautiful about mundane daily chores. They just need to be done. That's why they're important. That's why they're worth doing in the first place. Not because they're beautiful. Not because they're interesting. Not because they're fun. This isn't Mary Poppins.
In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun.
Says the woman with a living room in her purse. But what it might be trying to be is... the Lion King. What? I completely forget what I was just saying. Can I get a side-by-side on that, please?
I got a new job for you tomorrow.
Weird. Anyway, to the film's credit, and I guess to other films' credit as well, it does see fit to give Arlo a more important task with higher stakes.
If you still want to make your mark. If this keeps up, we won't have enough food to survive the winter.
Better.
The dang wilderness critters coming over the fence, eating our food, and I've had it up to my snout.
Huh. Critters keep eating the food, eh?
Because I made this silo 100% critter-proof.
And then put your mark on it. And then started all of this mark bullshit. And now you're telling me it's completely worthless? Look, son, the symbol of my earn your mark system is falling apart in every way. Kinda makes you think, doesn't it? But whatever, they just had that great bonding moment. I'm sure Arlo's dad came away from that with a better understanding of how to scar his son for life. Holy shit, what is your problem? Are you blind? Are you stupid? Well, surely if he's afraid of chickens, he'll have no trouble bludgeoning something to death. I'm so wise. My children just adore me. Good thing I don't set them up to fail after I bait them into clawing for my approval.
When that critter's taken care of, you'll put your mark on the silo, right next to mine.
You just told your son that if he can conquer his fear, there is beauty on the other side. This is your follow-up. Oh my god.
To see the beauty on the other side.
Starting to feel like you're being sold a false dream there, Arlo?
Only if your mama does it first. If anyone's earned a mark round here, it's her.
Did you just put your mark higher than mine?
What? No. It's just the angle you're looking at it.
If you do want us to trust this character's influence and respect his ideals, why would you cast any doubt on that by having him be humble and selfless, and then imply that he passive-aggressively didn't mean it? Well, honey, I reckon everything looks higher to you, given your short, womanless stature. Speaking of gaslighting, Arlo, let me show you some fireflies. But you know what? Whatever. This review is not supposed to be about Henry. I just keep getting distracted talking about everyone else because Arlo's decisions mean nothing. But I think he may actually be about to make a decision, so let's watch.
It won't stand a chance.
Now, in order to prove himself to his father, Hiccup has to kill the dragon while it's trapped in the net, but when it comes down to it, he pities it and lets it go. I said Arlo, right? I said Hiccup? Can I get a side-by-side on that, please?
You're dead, critter.
Holy shit. Okay. Really don't have time for this. But since we're referencing better movies, it might be worth noting that Hiccup's decisions drive the story. Arlo's don't. Arlo, I say that like he has any. This is the first one he's made that has actually been worth anything. Is he gonna go reflect on it?
Come on. We're gonna finish your job right now.
Nope. Seriously, Arlo could have gone after the critter himself out of shame.
You had a job to do.
That's what failures are for! To generate actions! I mean, unless this kid is just so confused he's beyond action, because...
You gotta get over your fear, or you won't survive out here.
Oh, survival. Really? And he didn't get that from fireflies. Somehow.
What did I say about keeping... It's okay. I just wanted you to get through your fear.
His fear of what? What is this kid afraid of, other than just everything? You didn't give us any context for what his problem is. He was just born like that. I mean, no one in Finding Nemo knew what the hell Marlin's issue was, but at least we did. I mean, we empathize more with his parents, who don't understand him at all. We're as baffled as they are. How do we empathize with this kid? Look at this. The second Arlo falls on his face, his own movie doesn't stop. Where are you going? Stop! And the perspective changes to that of his dad. Stop objectifying your character. We should be in his head. We should be over there. And instead, we're worrying about what his dad feels? Oh, I don't understand my son. Poor me. Who cares what you think? This isn't your movie. Or is it? I guess it is. I guess it's not. Also, can I get a side-by-side on that, please? Anyway, as hilarious as Pixar ripping off Disney and DreamWorks is, and that is delightful, I just have one question about this.
I just wanted you to get through your fear. I know you have it in you.
Okay, so you killed him off, but wait, then what was this?
It's okay, Arlo. I'm sorry.
Why did you have him apologize? My god, it's like this film is terrified of its own concept. That someone might actually think Henry is in any way responsible for Arlo's issues. That he's a bad father. Or is anything other than...
I'm not like you.
You're me and more.
Jesus, apparently. Luckily, they've made it very clear Arlo was born that way. They're so focused on exonerating Henry, not only does it take the focus totally off Arlo, the film itself feels ashamed of its own protagonist. Oh my god, shame and embarrassment! Quick, get that audience to safety! I mean, if Henry died without apologizing, Arlo would have to live with the idea that his father died angry and disappointed at and as a result of his fear and weakness. Like, just be as manipulative as you're going to be. Even as cliche as it is, making this a generic daddy issues tale would still be something to work with. I mean, what does he actually have? He's going to eventually work through his fear of scary stuff. Once he does, there'll be something beautiful, and he's got to do something bigger than himself to earn his mark. Could that possibly be more vague? That is a list of things that narratives accomplish by accident. Can we talk about Arlo? You're dead. You're dead. So you get to be dead now, so we get to actually talk about Arlo. You had to die for that to happen. So, Arlo, how has your father's death and his bittersweet last words affected your daily life?
Mama! I know it's hard without Papa.
By which I mean chickens.
I need you to do more, Arlo.
Like, feed the chickens? Because, you know, we understand his fear in context to the chickens. That might be a good reference point. No? It was never important? That's fine. I didn't want to know anyways.
If we don't get this harvest in before the first snow, we won't have enough food for winter.
Don't worry, Mama. I won't let us starve.
Oh. Because none of it was relevant. That's why! This is all you needed! This could have replaced all of this crap! All of it! Just start the film here. Perform a complete crapectomy and start the film here. This is all you need. Stakes, the farm, motivation, mother. And we're taking his characterization more seriously because, seriously, that's screaming. I'm pretty sure that's insulting to people who are actually afraid of things. And notice his siblings are nowhere to be seen. Curious. Anyways, Arlo goes to his father's silo to store the corn, only to find... Wow, that silo is shit. It's really shit, isn't it? Like, that's a shit silo. If you guys ever wanted that father character to stand for anything good, maybe you shouldn't have made his silo such a piece of crap. Like, are we supposed to be reading into it that his father's ideals and methods are actually as useless as his grain silo? Am I actually supposed to be reading that they're doing that on purpose? Because it's really difficult to read the other way.
You! It's all your fault! My papa would still be alive if it weren't for you!
Oh, is that why he's chasing him? Thanks for clearing that up. And thanks for clearing up that Arlo in no way blames himself for his father's death. That's weird. Why doesn't Arlo blame himself? Because the implicit emotions therein, like shame, guilt, redemption, might actually move the story? Right. Because this is a Pixar movie. Character conflicts and desires don't move the story. Absurd happenstance and passive-aggressive irony does. Let's all watch it in action. Do you have any idea how stupid that looks? Okay, guys, so, how does Arlo get lost? Oh, I've got it. He trips and stumbles his way into the river. Okay, that has merits. But, don't you think it might look stupid? I mean, never mind how stupid it looks. It's so unnecessary. If Arlo had just committed himself to hunting down the critter, but had gotten lost and then fallen in the water, you accomplish the same end, except that he actually gets to make a decision to which the story can later hold him accountable, instead of us just watching him bumble from one plot event to the next. Which, I assume, is what the rest of this film is going to be, because, again, you have not given him anything concrete to work through! I mean, here, watch. Arlo is washed away and wakes up on the riverbank. And he gets up. Eventually. You know, guys, it gets to the point where it's stalling. Like, we would not still be here if this story had anything to do or anywhere to be. Thank you. Oh, Arlo is just so exhausted and so ravaged from his experience, he hasn't done anything yet! This is the kind of struggle you save for somewhere in the third act after he's been through some shit and his pain and sacrifice can actually stand for something. Not now. I mean, unless you have nothing for your character to work through in terms of personal development, in which case, yeah, you'd have to twist our arms to wring out some cheap sympathy. You'd have no choice, really. Also, how did Arlo survive being washed away, but his dad didn't? It's not possible. He's alive somewhere, that's what you're telling me. He's gotta be alive somewhere. I mean, there's no way you would undermine his father's tragically glorious life-altering death scene for this. Anyways, so Arlo is so hindered by his ordeal of hitting his head and nearly drowning that he promptly climbs a cliff. And falls. God, just kill me now. Oh no, is Arlo hurt? Don't be hurt, Arlo.
You! I should have killed you the first time!
You know, you realize a lot of time has passed since a character said something that wasn't exposition.
This is all your fault!
As long as you can find the river, you can find your way home.
Anyways, then Arlo goes for a walk. Then he tries to eat some berries, but falls and hits his head. Then his foot gets stuck. And then it's night. And in the morning it looks like the critter dug his foot out. Okay. And then it rains, so he makes a shelter, seemingly without hitting his head, but good to change it up. And then the critter brings him some food. Maybe he's thankful for Arlo sparing his life. I don't care. Then he takes Arlo to some berries on a cliff. He's gonna fall, isn't he? Can Arlo get over his fear to eat the berries on the other side?
Berries!
Yes! No! Seriously, Arlo, the warning signs were there. If you don't listen to the secondary character,
What's with you?
then the plot will push you off a cliff. You know, like a toddler. Or a 6-year-old. Not listening to me, stupid dinosaur! Anyways, you were falling? Seriously, his dad has to be alive somewhere. Unless your me and more was actually in reference to Arlo's endurance. Then the critter protects Arlo from a lizard thing and is apparently a dog. Then this weird dude comes out of the forest, possibly an indication that there are interesting characters in this world. Stand by, we'll run some tests on that headset! Captain, random characters just appeared on the scanner. Yes, well done, way to keep up. Do me a favor, monitor him so we know whether or not to give a shit. I can't. Longhand, work out the relative interest correlation to usefulness. Don't bother. What? He never comes back. You're welcome.
That creature protected you. Why?
I think how is maybe a better question.
I don't know.
I don't know. Might be that the film is trying to dismiss all the emotional turmoil I have associated with this character by forcing an objective reason to keep him around at all.
That creature will keep you safe. Don't ever lose him.
It could be that.
I name him, I keep him. Killer. Beast.
Spike!
Lunatic!
Spot!
He is named. You clearly are connected.
Did you guys really just bring a character in for the sole purpose of telling us that your characters are bonding? That's reassuring. I am literally watching Pixar trying to up its character's appeal by having side characters come in and bid on him. You know, like an auction.
Beast.
Spike!
Lunatic!
Spot!
Sold! The green dinosaur with the daddy issues. Oh, plot bite! See, it took too long. The plot's gonna bite you in the foot if you don't keep moving, gotta keep moving. And then Arlo learns to swim. Aw, he must be so proud of himself. Hey guys, what's a dangerous water thing? What for? For like 2 seconds after Arlo learns to swim. Are you sure that's the time you want to— Ooh! Waterfalls! Leeches. Sharks. Tidal waves. Hurricanes. Pointy bat toys. Water spouts. Drowning. That's okay. I kind of like leeches. That was good. It just really doesn't feel like any of this is building towards anything. I mean, okay, they're friends. So? Hiccup was breaking a cultural taboo, befriending Toothless. There were genuine stakes behind the very existence of that relationship. And there could be here! It's not like there isn't a conflict, there is! They're just not using it! Correct me if I'm wrong, but befriending and taking home a critter that was literally eating away your family's chances of survival seems like it should raise some eyebrows. Specifically yours, please. Because you can't see mine. And I mean, from what we've seen of his home life, there's no reason to assume Arlo would just be allowed a luxury like a pet. Never mind one that eats all of their food.
Dang wilderness critter. If this keeps up, we won't have enough food to survive the winter.
And yet nothing. He hasn't thought that far ahead. Yep, we're best friends now. Nothing wrong with that. I think I'll just take him home with me where he can eat all the corn and my family will starve, which is supposedly what I was rushing home to prevent in the first place. I mean, I'm such a good son. Jesus. Yes, your audience is bored and in need of distraction. Well done. But next time, use, story. Aw, Firefly. Just like that last good memory you had with your dad. Oh, that's bittersweet. Arlo, why are you happy? No! Not happy! Stop it! Fireflies to Arlo, and also to us, should evoke the less heartfelt memory you have with your father that is now tainted by the fact that he's dead! Why are you happy? I mean, what, did you forget? That your dad met with a terrible accident and is now off somewhere decorating a fossil bed? How could you forget that? But then no, we couldn't have this scene. We should not be here. Oh, look at them frolicking, the fireflies. We've already seen Firefly frolicking. We don't need any more. This should be in contrast to that scene. Arlo should be sad because he doesn't get to frolic carefree through the fireflies anymore. Because of, shit that's gone down. But to be fair, he does eventually...
I miss my family.
Why would we care? This all has a default setting of sad.
Family.
So, congratulations. But we've only ever seen Arlo have either a hostile or a non-existent relationship with his siblings, and has said maybe 10 words to his mother, who only became relevant after his father died. So, you needed to give us a reason to care. As for you...
Yes, that's your family.
Oh, his parents died. And you know what? You had the entire film so far to make this character more interesting. To give him more substance than just 2 sticks in the mud. I'm sorry, this isn't enough. I know, you're so underwritten. I cried too. That's great. You guys are having a commiserating bonding moment, but this is not even. Arlo, aren't you reminded of anything?
You had a job to do. We're gonna finish your job right now.
The role Spot played in your father's death? You know, that thing that happened to you that only seems to matter when it's convenient to the story. This kid was involved with a painful memory attached to that stick. Everyone's in the same place. We're on the subject. This is prime painful memory tackling territory. Anything? No, of course not. He's apparently totally separated these 2 events on his own, somewhere at some point that apparently didn't matter. Marvelous! And how much more interesting would this be if Spot actually witnessed Henry's death and only now realizes that that was Arlo's dad? Come on, give this character something to work with! But no. Oh, they have so much in common. Whatever. I mean, that's actually a very accurate representation. You have the emotional coherence of a stick. And dirt. You are the perfect match. Dirt and stick.